Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Najah binti Abdul Halim. Metric number is 2020955637. Today, I would like to present about my written assignment is about one student, one sport policy. Introduction. In our life, sport plays a crucial role that keep us safe, fit, and make us involved. Having a good mind and body is the key to having a safe and positive lifestyle. One of the behaviors that help us to maintain a proper body and a good attitude is sport. Sport and fitness are becoming more and more important in life of every people all around the world. It is because people nowadays are being aware of the vital of doing sport and physical activities. It is to improving physical and mental health. The social element could also help individuals who engage in sport build friendship and teammates and feel a part of a community. Children will develop positive mental health skills including responsibility, leadership, and engagement. Student engagement in sport can also indirectly promote a spirit of cooperation, patriotism, and solidarity among the multiracial Malaysian community, which indirectly contributes to the growth of outstanding children.
My name is Iza Atira binti Rosli, so I will explain about the policy problem. We must understand, in every policy created by the government must have problem. Either the problem can be solved by the government or the society can solve it by their own. The government must recognize the problem of running that policy in the society. If one policy has a lot of problem, how far the society can follow that policy? So from that, we know the ministry must play an important role in every policy that they want to carry out. The first problem in one student, one policy is school lack of sport equipment. This problem focuses on the school in the countryside. The ministry and the government must play an important role to solve the problem. If the government and the ministry do not scrutinize this problem, some schools at the countryside have possible lack to carry out this policy. School infrastructure is the prior fundamental requirement for the success implementation of one student, one sport policy. The second problem is teacher lack of skill. This is a big problem if teacher lack of skill, and most teachers they are more to involve in the management of school only. They also not have a relevant qualification in sport coaching or physical education. Effect of this problem, it can make one student, one sport policy cannot implemented well. The fourth problem is lack of support from parents. This problem arises when parents do not understand the concept of one student, one sport, and do not provide cooperation to ensure the attendance of students for sport activity and now in school. And nowadays, parents place a strong emphasis on the school excellence of their children. In fact, from that, this policy cannot be implemented well because some of the society do not care and just take easy about the sport activity. As a conclusion, the society play an important role in carrying out one student, one sport policy. In fact, all problems that arise, policy cannot implement it well and the goal cannot be achieved. To ensure that policy can run, the society and the government, also the ministry, must take action on how to solve problem if any problem arise from that policy. Next, I will explain about the main objective and the goal policy in one student, one sport. In every policy that the government create, it must have an objective and goal that we want to achieve. Same on one student, one sport policy. It also has main objective and goal. So I will explain the main objective and the goal in the one student, one sport policy. The main objective, why one student, one sport policy is established, it is because to develop character, self-esteem, discipline, and more moral value in student. This is important to make sure all students can be proud of themselves if they do something. The goal is to produce students with good moral value, and the effect if students have a good moral value so they can apply in their daily life. If the student and the teacher carry out this policy, it can make one student, one policy achieve their goals. The second objective is to provide balance between academic and physical needs. This is because the government want to make sure the students are active in sport and not only focus on academic, so all students can get a healthy life. The goals of this objective is to produce versatile students. For example, not only focus in academic, but they are also focused in the sport activity. This is important objective and goal to all students, and they are must do because it gives a lot of benefit to them. The next objective is to make student forming sport culture among themselves. This is because to make sure all students can be productive about creating the team culture, and the goal of this policy is to make the student interested in the sport. If we know some students are talented in sport but they don't have a confident level to show their talent. So when one student, one sport is established, all students must participate in the sport activity. From that, some students can show they are talented in the sport. At once, give them an opportunity. The objective and goal policy is important to make sure all activity can run well. The society is the main infrastructure, the prior fundamental requirement for the success implementation of one student, one sport policy. When society play important role, so objective and goal of this policy can be achieved.
My name is Ungku Mawamka. I'm going to explain about the actors in the creations of the policy. There are a few actors that involved in the creations of the one student, one sport policy, which is the Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Education is the ministry of the government of Malaysia that is responsible for education, training, vocational education, and technical education, and standard curriculum also. The goal of this policy wants to accomplish is to build a country in Malaysia that is united and a healthy body to a student. Next, the school is one of the actors in the creations of the policy because student is the focus community for the policy. The teachers are appointed as head of smaller managing committees, sports or club advisor, and also trainers. There are a few competitions that must be held in school, such as competition between level, grades, sport houses, and sport clubs. This is kind of a huge challenge for the teachers since they are already laden with the school tasks. Furthermore, the actors in the creations of the policy is the co-curricular assistant teacher. Even though there are other senior assistants in the school, the co-curricular senior assistant for co-curriculum affairs has the most number of responsibilities. While the headmaster is not around, the co-curricular senior assistant teacher will take the headmaster responsibility to ensure all the activities at the school went smoothly. Next, they are responsible for working with the parent-teachers associations of the school on co-curricular issues, which are involved as the actors in the creations of the policy as well. Moreover, the actor in the creations of the policy is the chairman of the school sports development committee. The actors is the principal or headmaster of the school. The chairman of the school sport development committee join working with the government agency in order to achieve the one student, one sport policy. Finally, this shows that the actors in the creations of the policy have their own respective roles to play.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Haikal bin Kariyame 2020950761. Today, I want to talk about the implementation strategy of the policy. One student, one sport is a policy implemented by the government to strengthen the sport activity for students. Under these policies, every student should participate at least one sport for themselves in every school. For example, sport activities can improve the student natural instinct, physical fitness for the activity sport. One thing, the student policies can provide a balance between academic need and physical needs. Among the strategies is need to be complete by the school is to set goals, mission, vision, and organization values of the entire school development program. The values, vision, mission, and goals of one student, one sport are the core aspect of strategies planning that determine the direction of the organization to achieve long-term success and achievement. The goals, priorities, and outcomes of the sport are aimed to provide quality service and being a leader in the sport. Next, using the expertise or staff inside and outside the school, it play an important roles to ensure the student play sport in a safe environment and supportive environment. Parent involvement can also be described as an active and continuous key in their children's education. Therefore, using staff resource both inside and outside the school is a very important key for whatever purpose or program that school wants to do. And the school should encourage the involvement of the community like private sector and external agencies in implementing school sport programs. So that external and private agencies can offer the scholarship to outstanding athletes who are interested in furthering their studies in higher education institutions. Apart of that, private and external agencies are also encouraged to set up foundation or contribute to the financing of sport programs and activities as well as the welfare of athletes and coaches. In conclusion, all the strategies one student, one sport are diverse to complete the spectrum of school development to achieve physical, mental, spiritual, or intellectual balance in students. Besides, students can fill their free time with beneficial activity because students who do sport can avoid doing the negative and not useful things. For example, students can participate in sport activities or games such as football, badminton, and so on to fill their free time. The government and school must to do these strategies for student future. My name is Muhammad Haikal. Thank you.
Additionally, I'm going to explain about the evaluations on the effectiveness of the one student, one sport policy using SWOT analysis. One of the SWOT analysis is strength. The strength of the one student, one sport policy is children that are involved in sports will gain skills in time management that aid with academic studies. By setting minimum grade standards which must be met in order to participate in sport, many schools encourage the relation between sports and academic. They are able to absorb more oxygen into the body that is used for power generation. With less struggle, sports students will perform activities. The weakness in SWOT analysis of one student, one sport policy is in order to participate in daily physical activity, people face a number of personal and environmental obstacles. For example, the obstacles or weakness in one student, one sport policy are there are few people, there is lack of confidence in their ability to be physically active, lack of encouragement, and companionship from family and friends. Next, by the cooperation of the Ministry of Education Malaysia in making this one student, one sport policy, the opportunity for students that have a high interest in sport. This is their chance for them to show their excellence and expert in various fields of sports. The truth from the SWOT analysis of one student, one sport policy is the student might get injured during sport activities. The injury can get anytime whenever a student doing a sport activity, even though the activities involving minimum risk. We have to warm up and cool down to prevent injury from happening to our body. At the end of the evaluations of using SWOT analysis, this shows that there is a disadvantage and advantage can conclude in this policy. This means SWOT analysis also can be used by the other policy to distinguish.
Okay, the next part is recommendation based on evaluation. There are a few recommendations that policymakers in order to improve the policy by providing appropriate safe infrastructures, facilities and basic equipment, implementation of survey, and the last one, select the right teacher as a sport trainer. Firstly, the recommendation of this policy can be seen through by providing appropriate safe infrastructures, facility and basic equipment. In the global sports arena, sport infrastructures play an important role in achieving excellence. Not only help to develop professional athletes, but it also attracted new people in the country to engage in sport activity, to create a culture of sport. Nowadays, facilities and equipment become a serious issue among the students, parents and teachers, especially in rural areas. To carry out this policy, government need to improve facility each of school in Malaysia. This is because sport facilities and infrastructure such as field must be in good condition to increase participating in sport activity. The second one, implementation survey is a method of gathering information from a sample of people, traditionally with the intention of generalizing the result. Basically, through the survey, the policy maker will be able to identify the weakness and the strength of the program. By knowing the weakness, it will provide the room of improvement where it can use to strengthen the further programs. I believe that every program has their own goal, whether it's a long-term or short-term. By doing the survey, it also enables them to check whether their program is the right path or not. The main idea behind using this type of research is better to define an issue and be able to improve from a year to a year. Okay, the last one. Teachers have to be equipped with high quality coaching skills for the particular sport that they are in charge. Students need to master the basic skill in their chosen sport as a kickstart for their development of interest in sport through teachers' coachings. Therefore, teachers as a sport trainer have to be instructionally skilled in certain sport. Expertise and technical skill of sport trainers make a difference in student life. School management should provide teachers with appropriate resources in order to improve their passion for becoming sport trainers in school. For example, exposure teachers in sport event in order to improve their capability in terms of sport expertise and sport management, such as MSSM, Athlete Championship, School Annual Sports Day, and One Sport, One Student program.
As we know, the conclusion of One Student, One Sport policy support the Sport for All policy, where this policy emphasizes involvement of students in various activities and sport levels. This basic is formed on the rationale of everything sports activities are part of the educational transformation undertaken by Ministry of Education Malaysia. This policy also promotes goodwill, empathy, tolerance, and the creation of moral and physical values, which provide an effective platform for integrating different ethnic groups into a united nation that is solid and cultivates the love of the country. One student, one sport policy should give all students a more manageable and structured way of working in sport and balancing focus or emphasis on the development of holistic human resource in order to create highly competitive Malaysian society. Thank you.